Hello, my name is Thomas Sauvin. I'm a French artist based between Paris and Beijing. It is my second time in Bulgaria, second time in Sofia. Thanks to the wonderful Sintezis gallery, we decided to make a show together which aims to present all the photo books I've produced over the last 7 years. So to start with the beginning, I was in China for 12 years of time. And when I was there, I quite naturally started collecting photos. I was going to the flea markets, I was spending time online, on websites, and I saw that there were many neglected photos that I could buy for a very small amount of money. So I started collecting those, and I had a reasonable collection of silver prints, which by essence are photographic prints made out of negatives. But as I was trying to find new ways to collect photos, I saw that the negatives were always missing, and I started searching online. And eventually I found someone whose job is to recycle trashes that contain silver nitrate. He works on the outskirts of Beijing. He has a brick house. In the middle of this brick house, there's a pool full of acid. Then he has a network of people collecting X-rays, negatives, films from movies. He used that as raw material. He put it into the acid and eventually destroy it all to collect the precious silver nitrate. As I was a collector at that time, of course, it broke my heart to see that he was dealing with this material in such a way, and he agreed to sell the negatives by the kilo to me. The images I was dealing with were very banal in a way, very obvious, very expected. They were shot by everyday Chinese, and they would picture things that you would expect. They would picture birth, youth, childhood, family, birthday, wedding, travels, and so on. And at the very beginning, I was looking for the special image, the nugget, the photos that I wouldn't think about. But very quickly, I realized that the strength of this archive actually is not in the very special, but more in the banal. So I kept on collecting these negatives. I kept on building this archive. And after a couple of years, I quite naturally felt the need to actually share and put those photos together in photo books. So the principle of this exhibition was to actually bring those photo books on the walls. So instead of going from the archive to the exhibition, we went from the archive to the photo books, and then the photo books to the exhibition. And that means that we show the work in a very different way. We have to work from existing object, with existing object. We have to work within the frame of a graphic universe that we somehow have to respect. Photo book is a complex object which actually involves many years of work. It might look simple. It might be possible to actually read it and understand it within a few minutes. But the process of collecting those negatives, the process of actually going through them, identifying a meaningful theme, then selecting the photos, bringing them together, finding a designer who can actually make an idea happen, and then physically and financially publish this book is a very long process, which in many cases can take 3 to 5 years. And I really liked the idea that you also took the freedom and the creativity to translate some of the book in forms that I wouldn't expect. And that's when an exhibition becomes a collaboration between curators and an artist. To take a few examples, you shaped things with the way Until Death Do Us Part is presented, putting in front new images. You took the Great Leaps Forward photos to actually get away from the book and try to build an installation that actually matches and mix very nicely with the space you're dealing with. You've created some pretty impressive mosaic with all the content of 17, 18, 19. You faces some obvious technical challenge in the way we decided to present No More No Less with the rotating frames. And when I actually think of a photo book, I always try to go off track. I always try to bring the images together in a form that people wouldn't expect. And I believe you also achieved to do that when we came to translate those books onto the wall. So quite naturally, we decided to call this exhibition Silvermine. Silvermine, at first, was the specific name of that project of collecting negatives from the recycling plant. Very soon, all images and all works I did around found photography in China, no matter where it's coming from, is labeled Silvermine. I also liked the idea of the mine. And the mine is a dark place that's hard to explore. It has some precious things hidden, but you might not find it. And there's this archaeological element to it. You need to keep on digging. You need to dig deeper, and eventually, one day, you'll bump into something that might be precious. The reason why I take so much freedom in using and in sharing and in spreading those photos is because I actually collected them when they were about to disappear. And that's very important. No matter what's the photo, no matter what it shows, no matter what it says, I have a very special relationship with the image. I never liked this idea and this word of appropriation because there's something where you stole something from someone else. And I really absolutely don't feel that way with this archive. And I'd rather use the word adoption. I feel like I adopted these photos many years ago. I lived with them, I traveled with them, I grew with them, they grew with me, and now they're part of my life as much as I'm part of theirs. And that's very important. I consider this photo like mine, and that might be a bit radical, but it's true and it's honest. This is a very beautiful photo that I found in 2010 that I always really liked. About 1 year ago, it was used in an article that was spread on Weibo, the Chinese Facebook. Someone recognized that this little girl actually was her sister. The sister contacted me and said, "This is my photo. And to prove to you that this is my photo, I can actually show you the original album in which this photo appears." And that's the one and only time where there was actually a link between this image I collected and I knew and its physical existence in the original family. So I was very happy and very surprised. And when people contact me like this, what I always do very quickly is to actually go to the archive, find the film where you have the 36 poses shot on that film, and I send everything to them. Interesting fact, when we looked at the photo closely, when she looked at the photo closely, because she actually knows the history of the family and the narrative behind them, she realized that the film was shot over a period of 3.5 years. You can actually see 3 of her birthday on that film. And I very much like the idea of film photography being trapped in a camera for 3 years of time, only taken out for important events. Eventually, one day the film is over, we develop it, we make prints, the negatives are kept for a few decades, and one day, for some reason, it's been thrown away. Something that I always found very hard and very interesting is that in so many things I've collected, I really can find an element of humor. I find the photos very touching, very funny, very light. So many adjectives that you usually don't associate to China, but something that I personally witnessed and lived with when I was there. So the Silvermine albums is, of course, a very important object for me, because it's the first time I published something. We're talking about China in the early 90s, the time of the opening reform. The country is opening to the West. It's interesting to try and see how that could translate in everyday people's photographs. And I've always been amused by two series I've put together. The first one, where I paid a lot of attention to what was actually on people's wall whenever the photo was taken at home, to realize that I could find many photos with posters of Marilyn Monroe, which is something that would have been completely inconceivable 15 years before that, when it was still hardcore Cultural Revolution time. Another series talking about the opening to the West would be interaction of people with McDonald's, Ronald McDonald, the burgers, the related product and everything. And in many ways you can see that this entered people's life. In the early 90s, the families and the houses started making more money, started consuming things, buying home appliance and everything. And I've noticed that for a short amount of time, people started buying refrigerators, and then they would actually have their photo taken next to the refrigerators. When you think about it, artists wouldn't record that. Photojournalists wouldn't record that. Nobody has the distance to record such a meaningless anecdote, but everyday people would record that. And one needs a period of 20, 30 years of time to actually have enough distance to realize that this tiny anecdote is actually a small yet meaningful historical event. And that's a process which I think is very interesting. The whole project is about this at the end. You start from little anecdotal, personal, intimate stories, and you put them together with hundreds of thousands of similar stories. And at some point, because of quantity, you switch from personal memory to collective memory. That's why little stories can become history.